Cut the hair. What's up, y'all? Road in the background. So it's gonna be a little hot, a little high out here with the volume and shit. I swear I'm gonna get a mic and a stand for y'all one day. I got it in my cart on Amazon. I just gotta get some free money. But I already know what I'm gonna title this video, so we just gonna get into it. Y'all read the title if you is watching. But yeah, man. This gonna kind of be like a little story time on some shit I just realized. But bear with me with this shit, cause this shit crazy. So I'm 28 right now. I'm gonna be 29 next year, but the beginning of next year. But this story started back when I was 16, right? R.I.P. to him, lost my dad, but my whole life I was chasing for a relationship with my dad, and I never got it. And when I was 16, I had got in touch with him, and I decided to go live with him because my upbringing with my mom didn't bear any fruit, you know? And I figured if I was gonna learn about the world, damn, what the fuck? I almost falling over fucking branches and shit. But I figured that shit almost took my fucking life. But I figured if I was gonna learn about the world and working and shit, that I should go stay with my dad so he can teach me. And my dad was abusive, so I knew I was gonna have to bow down, but it would have been worth it in the end, because I would have came on top with a trade in my mind. But it wouldn't have, because my dad was a control freak and he didn't want to put me on with that shit, because they never wanted me to dip off. So anyways, after a while of going back and forth, he was blaming my mom was blaming it on him, and he ended up basically telling me that to wait till I was 18, because then my mom wouldn't have legal rights over me and she couldn't say that he kidnapped me. And I was like, well, you can get my paperwork, you my dad, I vouched that I want to live with you. But he didn't want to do that, and it hurt, because I already didn't, like, my dad was a mean ass dude. I remember one time my mom had called him up and asked him for some grocery money. They weren't together, but he told her that basically that we were strangers and that he wasn't gonna help us, right? I think it was like $50 or some shit like that. But it was like, and I was pissed off at the time, because at the time he was still hurt that we all left, even though he wasn't doing his role. So I'm just like, stop telling this nigga, because all he gonna do is ridicule us, right? And then he gonna be like, look, that's your fault for leaving. So anyways, it was like, I was hurt, because it's like, I already didn't know my dad. And it's like, and then now he telling me I gotta be a grown man just to fuck with him. And I remember I was like, wait till I'm 18. And he was like, yeah, dog, then we can, like, still talking to me like I'm a kid. And I'm just like, dog, I said, when I'm 18, I'm gonna be legally grown. I'm not gonna have a need for you if you didn't come up with me, you know? Like, you either is there doing the process or you not there at all. Like, I don't do that back and forth shit where you just pop up whenever you want. But that's how my dad was. Every like 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, he'll pop up when he felt like being bothered. And so I was disgruntled by that. And I was also disgruntled by some other shit that was going on in my personal life. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to be in life. And I was going to this school that was kind of like High School Musical. Motherfuckers dancing and shit. Motherfuckers singers. Motherfuckers, they do some shit where they do dancing and singing both. It's called show choir. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers playing instruments. Motherfuckers draw. I had started writing poetry in high school, right? Dog, I couldn't even get into the poetry club because they was booked. Like not the poetry club, it was called creative writing. I was trying to hone my skills. I couldn't even get into that shit because it was booked. But the teacher behind it was cool though. She ain't make way for a nigga, but it's cool. So yeah, that happened. And then like a year later, bro, it was like, I remember my mom coming to my room. I'm like, 17 now. I had got kicked out of my home school. I was going to alternative school and shit. Not necessarily because I was bad, even though I did have a crazy upbringing and I was targeted a lot. Being a black guy in America. Because even though that shit still gets to me to this day, that my sister really asked me when I was going through the most horrific time in my life, being racially profiled, she really asked me if I understood the disadvantages of being a black man in America when she seen me go through it. Ain't that crazy? But yeah, so about a year later, I remember we was like in the room. Now mind you, when this all went down, my mom was like, I let you see the messages. I let you da. You seen it was him, right? Didn't I, like, couldn't he have come got you? He could have come did this. He could have da, right? And something was fishy about that, knowing how my mom is. But not only was that fishy, but it was just like, I'm a young man that just got rejected by his parent, and all you care about is rubbing it in my face, you know? But so fast forward back to the year later when I'm 17 and we talking, right? And I remember she came in my room and I remember in the midst of her talking, I forgot what she was talking about, but the only thing I remember honing in on is when she said, see, that's why I stopped you from going by him, because I know y'all both two big, stubborn dudes. He would have said one thing, you would have felt another way about it. He would have left it alone. Y'all would have got into it, and then you would have left it, and nobody would have ever seen you again. Now, that's true to an extent. I'm not sure nobody would have ever seen me again, because I still didn't have nowhere to go. Still didn't have a high school education because I dropped out. Didn't even have my GED yet. So I don't know how true that last part is. But for the most part, all of that did play out, you know? Later on, when I did go stay by him. So that did something to me. And I sat on it until I couldn't no more. And I remember when I finally confronted her about it, she basically turned up, started talking crazy to me. And she blamed it on my sister, right? The one I was close to. And I remember I got on her head. I was like, stop deflecting. And she was like, how you deflecting? I'm like, cuz. I said, what the fuck does she got to do with this? I said, this is between me, your son, you, and my father, right? I don't want to hear nobody else. And I was like, plus I know you. You would have came in my room and talked to me about it, you know? And I'm thinking about it now. Because like back then, it's like, I felt the same way I feel now, but now it's more evident because I had time to reflect on it. Back then, I was in the bullshit trying to find a way out, so I didn't have time to focus on it. I already knew what it was. And I couldn't let it get too personal because I'm an emotional person and I'm a sensitive soul. If I let it get that personal, it's going to fuck with my mind. But anyway, so I remember, I think she said that I was stupid for believing in it or some shit like that. She said some violating shit that had like set me off, and she was still lying and shit. And I remember, I think I told her something upon the guidelines. I said, bitch, fuck you. You a bullshitting ass motherfucker, and I'll never trust a damn thing that come out your mouth. Something like that. I was mad. And I left and I punched the wall. So my sister, the one that she was talking about, comes out and she's talking to me, and my stepdad was in there when I went off on her, and she went in there to go get some shoes because it had been raining that night. Damn, I ain't even holding no hammer right. But anyways, and what happened was he talked to me. He basically said that she was wrong, I was right, yada, yada, yada. He went back inside. My sister came out. We went for a walk, and I was asking her, I think a possum died. Like, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. Look. I just came across a skeleton or some shit. Shit look crazy. But anyways, yeah, so we was talking, and I remember when I got to the part about her saying that, right? Because either way, it didn't matter because you didn't come talk to me about it, so obviously you was against it. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't make it like and that's one thing. That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, don't cut my legs from underneath me. Don't put me in compromising positions where, like, you're making decisions for me, and now I have to live with the consequences of the decision you made. I don't want to do that, right? And that's the reason why motherfuckers don't let it come there. Like I can't fuck with the fam because they won't even let my business come to me first. They'll handle it because they want to be toxic and they want to control the narrative, and it don't work like that. And I remember when I talked about that, let me turn around. I don't even know who these people are. I remember when I talked about with my sister about her being called out for speaking on my behalf, she never touched on it. And that always, but I always covered her and be like, oh, I knew you wouldn't do that, da da da. But even if she wouldn't, I feel like you should still touch on it, which made me believe that she could have had something to do with it, but then I couldn't prove it, so I had to keep my mouth shut. I think I did ask her about it, and she probably denied it later on, but she didn't deny it when it officially came. And it's just like, if your name got brought up in some controversy and you on the wrong end of it, I would think that you should want to explain that to your loved one. But so fast forward, right? Like another year. I'm 18 at this time, right? And so much shit going on. And mind you, these fam, right? So we talking, and we still in Virginia. I'm trying to go off the Job Corps, right? And this is the thing. When I look back on it, it was like they kept showing me who they was, but I kept trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. And that's a bad thing. No matter who they are, don't give people the benefit of the doubt if they keep showing you. But anyways, had my sister place or whatever, and I remember she kept on telling me, like, not to tell our mom about going off to school because she'll try to stop it, yada yada yada, right? And then out of nowhere, because my mom used to get disability on me, so she used to claim I had all these disabilities that we could never verify. And so, because I never got diagnosed. So one day, like, it was like a week or two before I was supposed to get sent off, they called me and they said that they had to put a hold on my packet because of the simple fact that some information had came up and that I need to provide the paperwork for it so they can give me my accommodations. I'm just like, I don't need accommodations. I was in honor classes. Like, I'm a smart kid. I test on college level. You know what I'm saying? Like, since middle school. You know, so it's like, I don't need that. But anyways, so they kept going back and forth, and they were saying they couldn't send me out unless I did that. So I was like, never mind then. And it was crazy because, like, as soon as I canceled it, it was like they ended up sending that shit to my mom's place, even though I was staying with my sister at the time. But I had moved back with my mom because me and my sister didn't see eye to eye. But when I confronted my sister about it, she never told me that she had told our mom, even though she told me not to. So that's where it came in at, right? And then my mom, like, oh, they lying. Like she's stupid. Like, that's government. Like, they gonna track all that. Now, and I told y'all I was in special ed or whatever, but I tested out in 8th grade, and they said that I should never even been in it. So that's that. So there was nothing for me to pull from. I didn't have those conditions, right? So I was getting bullied being in special ed for disability, and my mom was the villain trying to play like she was the hero. Like, she was like, oh, you beating all these kids up. See how the special ed helps you? And it's like, no, nigga, the special ed is why I'm in this shit, because they think I'm big for nothing and retarded. Sorry for the R slur, but I was in special ed. I can use that, right? But, hold on. So it made me think of that moment. And then even further, like, down than that. So when I moved away from my mom, it was terrible. It was toxic. I was supposed to, like, that was a story about how I was supposed to be the first one to leave, but everybody stopped it. And then I remember my other sister was hating on me too. She would stop me. Like, she, like, canceled my fucking my ride to my interview, knowing that I was gonna have to wait a couple more months and push my school back because I was meeting with the people that day. And she used to take the driving book because they used to get in her head about how I was a better driver than them. But and it's like, and I'm realizing like they couldn't get through to me. So what they would do is they would intercept things before I can get to it and make my decisions. And then they would influence people around me. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't get to me. Because I didn't care about none of that fuck shit. And I wouldn't even like used to react to it for real. Like unless it like, cause everybody know how I am, bro. Like if what we doing isn't affecting the overall mission or the livelihood of nothing, I don't care for the bullshit. Like I just can't muster up an effort to care because I'm putting all my effort into things I actually care about that matter. So, and I learned that coming up because it's like I used to care about all the stuff that didn't matter until it wasted away of me. But yeah, and I remember, so when I moved out of my mom's place and I was like living, well, not with my dad, but I was living alongside him. We had 2 different apartments. We were neighbors. I remember he made me cut my mom off and change my number. So my mom didn't know where I was going at, but she was still getting my bank statements. So I'm in Texas. My sister was in Cali at the time. So she called up my sister and was like, hey, he in Texas, like he heading over there your way. Do you know anything about it? And supposedly she told her no. But then things didn't work out between me and my dad because we kept butting heads and he was making death threats. So I left, right? My sister booked me a flight to Cali because she said she was in fear for my life, even though she reneged on that later. Can't really trust them. But so we out there, we in Target, right? We leaving Target. Shoulda knew it was some shiesty shit because we leave Target, right? So she had missed our mom's call and decided to call her back then. And I'm like, why don't you wait until you get back? And she was like, nah, it'll be quick. Just don't say anything, right? Because she was like, she don't know that you out here with me. So I said, all right, I'm behind the phone, right? Off to the side. I'm chilling and shit. They talking. So she keep trying to like catch me off guard. So you know, she be like, oh, she like, you want to see something crazy or like a surprise or this, that, whatever. And I'm just like, and I'm looking. I'm like, I know she ain't talking about me. But then she be like, right? And then she just keep on talking. And the last time, so I'm looking off. I'm just like, all right, let her finish up the call. I'm looking off, bruh, into the distance, chilling. And she was like, you want to see something crazy? And then I just heard my mom say, what? And she, like, they called me Rah-Rah. So she was like, that's Rah? And I look over, bruh, this bitch got the phone on me after telling me not to say nothing because she didn't know I was there, right? Now I'm in an awkward position because I done left home and I done went some time without even talking to this woman. And I heard she was crying on the phone and having breakdowns and shit. But it was all fake because she was toxic. Like, she only came to check up on me because she knew that money was supposed to hit. And she only noticed how I had been gone for like 2-3 days. And she only noticed when the money was supposed to hit. Shows you how much she cared about me. But yeah, bruh. When I think back when I'm like, damn. And then the whole time they telling everybody I'm this mean, aggressive bully, even though I gave them money when they needed it. I gave them life advice. It was just like clout and shit. Cause I remember that same sister, not only did she just tell me a couple months ago that I gave her my laptops for her to work up on, and she let a nigga that she talking to dismantle it for parts, but which is my laptop I bought with my own money. It was like, this was the same sister that gave away and sold my stuff, and then she still lying to the family about it. So if y'all see this video, no, I didn't give my stuff away. She left me in Cali and moved to Philly and gave my stuff away. And she been doing shit like this. That's why, like, I'm not surprised. I'm just thinking about that shit like, damn, you really been against me all this long time. And that's why you've been asking me, do I hate you? Because you feel like you deserve it. Because you know that you be starting a lot of shit. But I didn't matter about none of that old shit no more though. I just want to post this video to let y'all know that people around y'all can be against y'all, you know, and when you see it, don't let your emotions cloud your rational thinking. Because your rational thinking is going to always be that voice right in the back of that fucking noggin. You understand? And then you going to listen to them motherfucking emotions. And then guess what? Your stupid ass going to sit there. Stop fucking sitting there, stupid. Nigga, get that. That shit kind of hurt. I just say this. But yeah, like, stop sitting there, though. For real, because I sat there like a dummy. And that shit fucked me up. Made me lose my damn mind. And, yeah, man. That's just some stories about how people can't be, how sometimes people don't be against you. But you always got to keep your wits with you so you can see what shit is. If something don't feel right, trust your intuition. And if you ever come across a situation where it's you and somebody you close to, and they telling you to trust them, and you don't understand how it's gonna benefit you or where you come into play at, just know they setting you up to get fucked over, and they want you to play your part so they can fuck you over. Don't go for it. Because if you in the situation, why don't you know what's going on? You get what I'm saying? And another piece of advice, I think I said this before, but always take responsibility of the situations that you in. Even if you wasn't in charge of it, you still let somebody else take charge of it. So take accountability for that, because that shows leadership, and it's gonna put all the responsibility on you. And then next time, since the responsibility on you, you can run it how it needs to be run, and you only got yourself to be mad at if it falls through. And if they don't fuck with you because of one minor mistake like that, they weren't really for you, and they don't really care about you. And what you need to do is, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. You need to leave them people alone, and you need to do your own thing, because you can only fuck up so many times. Process of elimination. That's all I'm gonna say. You only gonna fuck up so many times. It's a long ass video. I'm gonna upload it raw just like this, just like every other video. And yeah, I just wanna let y'all know that sometimes your people don't really be your people. And I've experienced that in this lifetime. So yeah, till next time, I guess.